Alright guys, Soni Podcast, Conversations on Life and Combat, episode 12. I'm back with another bang. Last week, I got former UFC fighter, heavyweight fighter, Zach Paga. I'm back with another bang. I'm here with a current UFC fighter who won the Ultimate Fighter and has a fight booked up. I'm introducing a person who I look up to, who's inspirational, Ryan Loder. How you doing, bro?
It's been amazing, man. I'm right in fight camp. I'm about 6 weeks out, so everything's just picking up. All the coaches we're working together to come up with the best game plan we can and get strong and fit and stay healthy at the same time. And it's a process. It's a cool process because you grow a lot in your fight camp. So.
You got a fight booked up soon, right? Like against Azamat. How you feeling? Everything good?
I feel good. I feel confident, and the closer I get to the fight, the more confident I get.
100%.
So,
Are you into philosophy by chance? That's the main topic about Soni Podcast. Are you into philosophy?
I love philosophy. Yeah, I took a philosophy class in college. It's interesting stuff. I like different theories of how to live life.
It's definitely cool. So let's start off with an iconic question on my podcast. What is success? What do you think? What is success?
I feel success is it's different for each person, for sure. In my opinion, personal growth. There's different categories. I think in success also. For me, personal growth. I'm very goal oriented, so. For me, like achieving goals or the process of achieving high goals is another form of success. Love, people around you, your relationships, how close they are, and and then all that together.
It's not just one thing, right? It's a bunch of things. So Let me ask you this: are you successful?
Some say, but I don't. I think that's a never achieving goal for me. And I think the more I do that, the more almost successful I become. But I don't think you're ever really successful in the end.
You're satisfied. You'll never be like, oh, I'm successful today. Because like, look at you. You made an UFC. You won the Ultimate Fighter. That's inspirational, right? Not everyone gets the chance to do that. So compared to others, I would say you're successful. So according to your definition, you'll never be successful. You'll constantly be chasing. Is that how it should be?
But the pursuit of the chase is success. So you're always successful. You're never there, but you're always doing it. It's the pursuit. That's where I find
the journey,
success
right?
at.
Yeah.
The journey.
So for me, people, okay, for me, I think like success is happiness, right? Because if I'm happy, I'm successful. But if someone asks me, am I successful? I'll say no, because I still have so much more to go, right? I'm 17, I still want to go so much more. But am I happy? I'm happy. I have nothing to be not happy about. I got a house, I got food, I got a podcast, I have you on my show, UFC fighters. I'm happy, right? So like, I don't want to say I'm not successful. It's a bit of a contradiction. That's like the main question. I don't know. What is success?
I don't think happiness is successful though. I think there's a lot of places where I'm not very happy, but it's very successful. When you're in the grind and you're competing, I'm not really happy, but that's where I'm the most like fulfilled in that sense. And fulfillment's more of a successful feeling than a happiness. I feel like happiness can come and go. You can just have a whim, be happy, but success is very difficult to get to. So being happy and successful, I don't think are the same.
I don't think you're really successful if you're not happy. So
I'm not saying you're not happy, but I being happy is is different than being successful.
Like a rich guy's son, right? Like he has all the money in the world, but he's not happy. You think that's real success? No, right? So you got to be
No,
happy to be
not at
successful.
all.
Is that what you're? No.
No. I don't think so. Because what if that same guy helped his family through all this tough time because he was working very, very hard, and he got maybe out of a place that he didn't think that everyone said he could. Maybe that's not happy. Maybe he worked his whole entire life to get something and he wasn't happy for it, but at the end of the day, he provided for his family. He got out of a hard time. He worked, and that's success for me. So even though
Okay, but let's say he didn't do that. Is he unsuccessful? Like
was it the pursuit though? Was he in pursuit of doing that? Even if he got it or not, if he's trying to do that pursuit, that's where I see success.
okay, so it's just a pursuit. But like you were naming other things like love, family, and all that. So let's say I have let's say there's like 5 things that you named, right? I don't have one of them. Does that mean I'm not successful?
Are you pursuing it though?
So as long as I pursue anything, I'm successful. Really?
Yeah. You're in the hunt for it. You're in the hunt. You're trying your best to fulfill that.
Okay.
I that's how I feel it.
But like let's say all of this that you had. Okay, so wait, I want to get even deeper. Right? You said success is not happiness. Then what is happiness?
Happiness is a feeling, right?
Okay.
Sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you feel happy. There's no difference.
You can have a mood and I feel happy today. And some days you just don't feel happy. I don't know. It's just it's a thing that comes and goes.
Okay, it's a feeling. All right, fair enough. But yeah, for me, I feel like it's gratefulness, right? If I'm grateful, I can't be happy without being grateful, right? Like let's say like all the rich guys, son, all those people. If they're not grateful, I mean, they can't truly be happy unless they're grateful with what they have. That's what I feel like. But hey, it is what it is. Another question I have for you, man. Philosophy question, another one. So you're talking about like, okay, like I mentioned, you made it to the UFC. You won the Ultimate Fighter. You did all of this, right? You think this was your destiny, or you think this was your free will?
Ooh, free will question,
Sure.
huh? I don't know. I don't choose to know. I don't say to know. I did have a good maybe this is true. It got me thinking is like the destiny, the question of not having free will. Like your destiny is already set out, but it's your job to figure out why. And I was like, that's a good explanation to not having free will. Like everything's already planned out, and you're expected to figure out why you're doing the things you're doing. I was like, that got me thinking a little bit. Do we have free will? I don't know. I think maybe you do, maybe you don't, but at the end, you feel like you do. You do. Like I feel like I make my own choices anytime I want to. So it's all my choices that lead me to where I'm supposed to go or that I willed it to happen to go. So for me, it doesn't matter.
I believe in destiny, though. I believe in destiny. I believe that destiny exists. Don't you think it's like a better, positive way of living your life? Like, let's say like you lose a fight, right? Or something happens really bad in your life, and my what I would think of that situation would just be like, oh, that's meant to happen. I have no control over any of that. That was meant to happen. It is what it is. But if I think of it like, oh, it's my free will, it's my destiny, I'll be like, that's happened because I made that happen. That's my fault. What do you think about that?
I come from more of like a stoic philosophy. I like to keep things in my own hands and to blame myself for what happens.
Okay.
Because then I can do something about it instead of really control what I can control, and then if I can't control it, that's not what I'm going to deal with. And I found that style of philosophy has helped me a lot deal with a lot of hard problems, like losing and being like, okay, after I lost one time in MMA, and I created a different I created a different group of people that now we're working out for the last 3 years together. But I needed like a big group of guys that were really good at jiu-jitsu that can push me. And if I said, oh, it's destiny, it is what it is, I don't think I would go through and be like, hey, what do I really need in my training? I need to be pushed in these areas, and created a different fight like style or training camp for myself. So I think putting control in your own hands is a big thing, but you also have to take the blame for what happened.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't take any responsibility. I'm just saying, like, you know, don't you think some things are not in your control? Or you think everything's in your control?
No, there's lots of things not in my control.
Yeah?
But there's more in your control than you think, though.
Like, I'll give you a story. So I work in an amusement center, right? And one of my coworkers, he opened the door where we throw out the garbage, and it was a snowstorm here in Toronto, and there was an icicle at the top of the building. So he opened the door, that fell on his head. It split his head open. He got stitches all over his head. He had to open it at that specific time, he had to step there for that to happen. Like, bro, come on. That's crazy. That could happen to me. That could happen to anyone. I was like, bro, come on. I believe that's destiny. I don't know. It's crazy, man.
I mean, I'm more, if anything, it's a simulation. Everything's a simulation, like the Matrix style. I think that's more of a reality to me than a destiny is more. That's kind of because there's too many things that you're like, oh man, this has to be a simulation now.
Yeah.
Like,
any specific things?
No, I think like the biggest one is when you're like playing video games and like no matter what, if you look away for a second, a guy's gonna pop out. 100% of the time, the guy pops out. If you look at you're like staring at this corner and you're like, hey, I'm gonna get this guy. He's gonna come, and then you like turn for a second. The guy 100% of the time is gonna come out and get you. So that's like my one. Like it has to be a simulation because nothing else in the world is 100%. You can't say absolutely every time this. No, someone's definitely gonna pop out if you look the other way.
That's crazy.
That's an absolute. Or if you reload or anything, you're just like dead.
Any specific games you favorite?
Right now I'm on VR Contractors.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been it's pretty cool. It's my like chill out game.
Are you a Call of Duty guy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they have Call of Duty maps in VR now.
Oh wow, that's cool.
It's crazy.
That's cool. What's your favorite Call of Duty?
Modern Warfare 2. That's where when I went to college, that was a big one.
I'll take Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, everyone hates me for that, but I don't know. I love that game. It was so good. Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah, it was more like because of it was like my freshman year in college, and I just played a lot more video games.
About the memories rather than the actual game itself. But next question, bro. So you're talking about all of this, right? Like you're more of a what do you call it? Free will type of guy. Do you think like do you believe in ghosts? No?
Not really. Yeah.
No. Not at all.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, I love these answers, but they're so real. There's no BS. You just don't. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. Yeah, fair enough, bro. Ghosts. How about aliens?
Aliens, I think they have to be out there. Just it's improbable that they're not.
Is it because you don't know? That's what you think? Like the fact that
No, I just think the universe is too big not to have other living forms on it.
what if I tell you like Bigfoot for for example, you would say the same thing.
Bigfoot probably is out there in the universe somewhere.
Yeah,
It's so
probably.
big. He's not on Earth though. I don't think. I think we would have found him by now. If there's still people trying.
Megalodon. So yeah, I could say the same thing, right? Like so much of the ocean has not been explored. So I'm like 95%. You know, the Megalodon could still be out there. So I'm like, you just don't know. You just don't know. But
I mean, they're finding new species of things all the time. So whether it's like a megalodon, which it doesn't have to be a megalodon, they're still finding species on Earth
new ones, yeah.
now. Like every year, we're finding way more species. So
That's crazy. That's crazy.
obviously, we're not even good at looking at our own planet to find living things, let alone the whole universe.
All right, bro. What about Earth stones?
Stones. What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Like, some people wear these rings, right? You've probably seen them, where like those stones can give you. Bro.
Don't believe it.
Nope.
Nope.
So funny, bro. Yeah. Nope. Nothing.
No, rocks don't give you powers.
The theory is like crazy, or you could say the same thing about Zodiac Signs. You believe in Zodiac Signs? Yeah. Expected, yeah. Zodiac Signs are crazy. But yo, the ghost thing I kind of believe in though. I feel like ghosts do exist. You know, like my brother, he had sleep paralysis. Have you ever had that? Yeah, you had sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm. I've
Yeah.
had it before. Yeah, you wake up and you can't move. Yeah, yeah. It was. I couldn't move. It's weird. But I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's like a scientific thing that happens to people.
No, but some
They
people
wake
see a
up and their
ghost. A lot of
body's
people
still
see a ghost. That's what I'm
like,
trying to say. Like a demon right in front of their face.
oh,
Like search it up. I'll add this in this episode, but it's a literal demon right in front of their face, and they can't move and they see it. The science definition of that is like that's you without skin, and like your your brain woke up but your body's still sleeping or some shit like that, and that's you. So I'm like, bro, there's no way that exists, bro. You really believe that exists? That's you, bro. I don't know. I feel like there's something more than just regular science to that. You know, like there's gotta be.
well, I think there's a lot more that we don't know. We don't understand. So we say it's ghosts or whatever. But like, I mean, just think about how much we don't see.
Exactly.
Like just the light spectrum, and like we only see like a little bit.
Or what about like someone passing away and their spirit haunting you? None of that. See that I don't kind of makes sense. That doesn't kind of make sense to me. But there's so many situations. You think every single one is fake? Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I think the mind is more powerful than most people think. I think you're putting that in your mind and it's coming up in certain ways.
Have you seen the movie Fractured?
Yeah, I see that
on Netflix? That's a sick movie. It's the same. It's the same thing, right? Like the guy couldn't handle the fact that his daughter died, and he created a whole new personality. You know, people don't think about that. You know, like the fact that split personality, man, it's crazy. I actually know someone who had it. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's pretty deep, bro. That's pretty deep.
Well, I mean, talking about like split personalities, one thing that I do want to talk about is mental health, and that's something that I definitely, on every single podcast, every single fight, I want to really push that people suffering from mental health or just, I mean, just the feeling of overbearing and weight and that type of feeling, like it happens to a lot of people. And I feel like the more I talk about it, the more people are accepting of it and understand, one, like, hey, this is me. Um, and then there's ways to get out of it too. So it doesn't get too far down where you don't feel like you have any way out. So some things that I do um, is ice baths, breath work, journaling. We talk about gratitude. So gratitude, that's how I start off all my journals, is I'm grateful for, and then I start my journal. All these things, very easy, very like, it doesn't cost any money. You don't have to go to therapy. You don't have to even tell anybody you're doing it. And it makes me feel so much better mentally, especially going through like a fight camp. I do all of it very, very rigidly, and it makes a difference. So it's not like the voodoo magic. It's like, okay, I know it's crazy, but like after I'm done, I'm like, man, I feel so much better now. Mentally, physically, like emotionally, I'm ready to take on the day. I'm ready to do the hard things that require me to like perform at my highest level. So I've had lots of people reach out. They DM me. They say, hey, they give me a story about what's going on. I give them those tools. I talk to them maybe a little bit, and then I also refer if it's too much, if they're like having real, or they have real disorders, real problems that maybe this little bit couldn't help. I send them to mental health of San Diego, and they'll talk them through whatever they need to go from there. But uh, that's something that every podcast I definitely want to hit home, that you guys aren't alone. Everyone's with you. So we all have those valleys, those peaks. So find some help.
Or even like, so how do you deal with that? Like even right now, the guy you're fighting, he's pretty scared. But he's like one of those Russian guys, right? So like, how do you deal with that? Prepare.
I just prepare. You know, I believe in my own abilities. I believe that the coaches are going to get me where I need to be, and at the end of the day, I'm going to fight my best fight. And if I win, amazing. If I lose, like I can hold my hat on that, and everyone's going to know that I was the best prepared coming into that fight. I fought everything. I left it all out on the cage, and win, lose, or draw, that's a win for me. So I can go back. I mean, paycheck's different, but if I go back to the locker room having that type of fight, that's a success. If you want to go back to the beginning, that's a successful fight. You know, you did everything right. You didn't cut any corners. You were disciplined. You made that fight. You put it on the guy. You fought tooth and nail for everything. You're disciplined. You're focused. And if you win, that's fantastic. If you lose, that's all right, because that guy was better than you that day.
It's crazy. So how was your whole experience in the Ultimate Fighter? You know, how was it fighting?
Oh, it was hard. Yeah, it was really hard. We just had another guy come back from the Ultimate Fighter from Team Alpha Male, and we are just talking about different things on the show. That's just, it's just so wild to talk about, because you're like, this is real life. Like, we have to get in this house and get ready and fight in the apex with no fans and not your coaches and no contact to the outside world, and you're trapped in the house with all your, like, the guy I fought slept next to, like, a foot away from me the whole time I was at the house. So it's not like you're hiding away from anybody. You're in front of your guy. You're driving. You're doing things like with each other. So it's an experience.
Um, you fought in Uriah Faber's company too, right? Karate Combat. Yeah. How? Oh, sorry, A1 Combat. How was
A1
that
combat.
experience? Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, we my first fight, my first professional fight, it was still called Firepower at the time, and we did it in like a DoubleTree Hotel arena. I don't know. It was so small and janky, and now he's like a regional promotion doing big things. So like I got to watch the progression of his like come up, because the regional firepower was
Oh, okay.
A1 Combat bought that and then put Uriah's name on it. Then they moved to actually they moved all over, but the Hard Rock Cafe, and now they have a big production, and now they're on Fight Pass. So it's really cool to watch that whole like come up.
You're close with Uriah, right? Are you friends with him? Yeah. You should ask him to come on the podcast, bro. Yeah, no.
He's a very busy man. He's well, he not only has 2 kids, but a full gym, and he's an entrepreneur, and now he's fighting again. So he's got a whole play.
Who was he fighting?
He's on the new league.
Oh, GFL, yeah.
GFL, yeah.
There's a lot of guys fighting on that. Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of cool people on that card. Let's go back to a philosophy question. You know how we're talking about like being grateful, being happy. What do you think a good person is?
Good person.
What do you think a good person?
I mean, I think that whole thing, the successful, that's part of being a good person. That's lumped into it. So it's not being good all the time that makes you good, but the pursuit of being a good person all the time makes you a good person.
Do you think you're a good person?
Yes,
yeah?
I do think I'm a good.
Really? Okay. No, I would assume that too. But I'm saying like, see, often every single guest on my podcast, right? They give me just a list of things. So they're like, oh, this. Oh yes, like selflessness, happy, or sorry, all of these things that make a good person, right? But I don't agree with that. I feel like there should be one concrete definition. Because let's say he has 10 of those things. Let's say there's 10 of those things, right? And he doesn't have one of them. Does that make him a bad person? You know, like at what point do you become a bad person? That's my question. So,
I think when you pursue being a bad person.
What is a bad person?
You know what a bad person is. I don't think that needs to be said.
How do you know you're not a bad person?
Because I'm pursuing to be a good person.
So what is a good person?
It's the person that's pursuing to be good.
What is good?
That's your definition.
What's your definition of good? Good question.
That is a good question. What is my definition of good? I think, like you said, I feel like I'm gonna start listing off like attributes, you know.
So there's no definition. There's no one definition.
What's your one definition?
Don't get personal. No, okay. No,
I was
joking. No, but no, I don't even have a definition. I'm just asking because I don't know. As simple as that. I don't know. I'm not gonna make up some stuff here. That's why there's this podcast right now to get some answers. So yeah, no one has given me an answer. I don't have an answer. I don't know what it is, but simple as that. You know, what is a good person? I don't know. I want a concrete definition. I don't want like a list of traits because it goes back to that, right? At what point do you become a bad person?
Yeah,
it's a tough question.
I'm not sure. I know what it is when you're a bad person, though. Maybe that's an easier way to find out is when you start harming others. I think that's bad when you harm other things, other people.
There's another question, right? Is there anything that's 100% wrong? That's 100% bad? You know, like murder, for example, right? Let's say you had to murder someone for the sake of your family, right? You would do that. Everyone would do that. But is it wrong? Like, is there anything that's 100% wrong in every single situation? I don't think so.
I don't think anything's ever 100% in anything.
So good or bad?
No. In anything. I don't think there's 100%. I think there's always flaws to rules that people say.
Flaws to rules. Okay.
Like, oh, this is 100% of the time. It's hard to find something that is 100%
So
one
how do you
way.
calculate that? Like, I'm not gonna go up to you and say like, oh, you're 70% of a good person. You're 70% of a bad person, right? Like, how do?
Are they trying to be good though? Are they like actively trying to be a
So
better
you think
person?
everyone's either good or bad, or is there people in between?
I think people fluctuate.
Oh, okay, so like at a time they can be bad, at a time they can be good,
Yeah.
but they're not in between, right? They're just good and bad at that moment. They're not 50%.
Well, what are they doing at the moment?
Being good or bad, right? There's nothing like let's say I'm trying to be good, but I'm not good. You know, like you don't think that makes sense? You know, like because there are obviously people who are more good than other, right? But I don't know. That's
Yep.
actually a tough question. I don't know. What is a good person? Yo, I'm gonna get every single fighter on and ask him about this question.
You're gonna get a lot of answers.
Alright, bro. Thank you for coming on my show. All the best in your fight. I had a lot of fun. It was a very interesting conversation, actually.
You too. All
You
right.
know, have a good one, man.